democracy looks like. In here is the death of democracy, and here is the birth of democracy. On the streets, that's where it begins, that's where it ends, that's where they draw all of their legitimacy and all of their money is from people. And it's beautiful to see so many people coming out and using their bodies and showing that they think all this is bullshit.
We're here at the 2013 DSEI Arms Fair. It's the world's biggest arms fair. It covers all of the weapons from the sea to the air to the land. And tomorrow they are having a showcase of unmanned drones, just in case we needed another reason to hate them. The weapons that are exported from this fair, and it is a fair that is supported by the British government, who helped to run it alongside Clarion Events, our favourite events company. The weapons exported are used all over the world by states to crush non-violence movements who are seeking social justice, and I think we've got some people from some of those movements here today who are going to speak. The companies who will be attending the fair when it opens on Tuesday are some of the companies who are currently supplying the tear gas used in Turkey, Brazil, Bahrain and Egypt, and they're going to be here to bump up their sales. So we're here to stop them.
I'm going to do a poem about living in Occupy London. I think this is a really beautiful occupation of space, and we need to occupy space, and I think it's a very potent weapon that we have, is taking space back, and the polythene tent is now the method of political articulation of our age, because that's all we have. All we have is polythene tents and tent poles and the truth and our imagination, and that's all we're limited by, and that is a very powerful thing, and they are very worried about the polythene tent. You can't go outside Westminster now with a polythene tent and a cushion, because you can be arrested as a potential occupier. They've passed a law. That is how dangerous your polythene tents and your tent poles are, people.
Blankets are a crime.
Now is the winter of our discount tents. When people regroup from their TV sets and start to set out the new news agenda, there are polythene estates appearing all over the place, camped out, new fields of possibilities. We meld and become one body, soldered by the tent pegs of love and solidarity. Okay, I'm going to need your help. When I shout out, I'm Spartacus, you're going to shout back at me, I'm Spartacus. Can you do that?
Yeah!
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
Slogans detonate like shockwaves inside my brain as I stand here gazing at neoclassical pillars which start to get planted with our collective answer to this cardiac arresting capital city. They read, nature is the only superpower. Your heart is a weapon the size of a fist. Make occupation your occupation, and on and fierce discussions erupt on street corners. It's like 18th century France all over again. The pendulum is beginning to swing. We're at the point of zero gravity between more of the same and a Mexican wave that won't sit back down. Now a pandemic of tented towns. Dome tent cities pop up like frog spawn. Mini tax havens for the super poor. Prime real estate for insurrection. Emergency housing for the desperate and indignant. I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
Next to the trench foot of why fucking bother, hacking off the severed limb of who gives a shit, feeding every bit of this shit that we're given into a giant composting system. There's a verdant pulsating energy shooting through the cracks of a shattering system. Seeds of change and germination here at ground zero. Indignation solidify, a population galvanized, the 99 personified. We've come to talk about what's going down. Camped out, new fields of possibilities, we meld and become one body, soldered by the tent pegs of love and solidarity. I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus!
Silhouetted by cues of mesmerized traffic, there are pavement fanatics, suited sympathetics, ecclesiastical renegades, sandals, trainers, ecumenical, transgenerational, amateur, professional, dermatologically spectral. Flash mobs of tourists feast on flaky 99ers. There are armies of clowns and militant mothers. There's the discarded bubblegum hit and run mutters of chewed up and spat out evening standards from sickly acidic goblin bankers gripped by a shivering profit psychosis. This suited, booted black bloc marches through rat race alleyways of steely glass palaces. This zombie system tears at our walls, so we take to our bubble pod tents and we spawn the unwanted kids of Thatcher's sick fantasies. We see them running upstairs with their bounties. We come to tear the plastic from their faces. We come to tear the Botox from their faces. We come to tear a cosmetic surgery, subsidy to a hideous, dying kleptocracy, paid for by a people now pregnant with change. I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
We are nail bombs of love and ragtag humanity, antibody to this exponential cancer of money, hacking off the tumour before it dies naturally, because only another world is possible. Yes, only another world is possible. We are purging ourselves of parasites with thriving communities of radical campsites. We're going to push these fuckers to the brink of extinction. We're gonna get Darwinian, armed with information and critical discussion, and spreading like the advancing Sahara, bearing tent poles and a sense of humour. I'm Spartacus. I'm joking. He's Spartacus. We stay when tents lend percussion to the thrashing rain. You'll have to drag us from the last blade of grass. We remain singing at the doorsteps of salvation. The hand is your bell toll to pause for us or for them. Don't follow false prophets. Usury is sin. Don't follow false prophets. Usury is sin. And the meek are inheriting the earth before it dies. If Jesus was alive today, he would say, occupy. Yes, give us a